Good afternoon, everybody. This is another edition of the NYLifeStyle featuring your boy Brandon, aka B, also my co-host Calvin. What
How
up?
you doing?
Today we're gonna focus on a business, as usual, how we always do. That's gonna be our first. Then we're gonna have a few topics for you guys, and then our weekly NFL picks. I'm gonna let my co-host take over.
Okay. Thank you, B. So our business spotlight for this week, we have two. One is Jasmine Jones. She has a company called Treasures of Fortune, which is an LLC. It's a small business. It does with resin art, which is a type of art in which has a glossy, shiny finish to it. If you're looking for anything for home decor, she has things that are great for that, as well as office supplies. And if you need her Instagram, it is TREASURES_OF_fortune FORTUNE. You can follow her and inquire about those items. We also have a high school mate of mine called, his name is Ken Roy. His Instagram is Ken's KENS helping HELPING hands HANDS. That his slogan is that no job is too big or too small. He puts together different home items inside and outside of your home. If I'm still mistaken, I believe he's still in New York, still in the five boroughs. So if you're within Brooklyn or one of the five boroughs, he can be able to assist you.
That's what's up.
So we're going to jump in now to our topics for today. Our topics are the importance of self-care. We'll talk about that very briefly right now. I'm going to tag my co-host in. B, what are some things that you do for self-care?
Basically, one of the most important mentally to take care of yourself is to get a decent amount of sleep at night. You don't have. We all know everybody's not perfect. You don't get 8 hours of sleep that's recommended, but you get like 5 or 6 hours a day. That's more than because your body needs that wind down time to basically go through to the next day.
I'm glad you talked.
Mhm.
I'll take back off of that a little bit, especially with people who are home right now. It's so easy to be like, oh, I'm gonna watch the game to midnight, or especially with a game tonight, it's so easy to stay on till 11:30 and be like, oh yeah, I'll be good in the morning because I don't really have to physically go drive somewhere or be in an office setting for some of us who that applies to. Um, it's really good to try to keep somewhat of a routine so that your body's not falling asleep in the middle of the day when it should be up.
Right. Yeah, I'm very guilty of that. Even during this time and even not during this time of the pandemic, me personally, I know what my body needs, and I know, as my co-host Cal said, I will stay up and watch the game, and then I'll regret it during the day, and I'm basically like needing a nap during the middle of the day. I'm trying to get better, but don't book it.
It's a work in progress.
Also, the other one that I want to say is getting your three meals a day. Got to get those 3 meals a day because your body needs that energy booster as well.
Definitely. I think some of the things that I do for self-care, definitely watching sports, is something that I do for self-care, as well as making sure that I'm good for myself, um, especially because I'm home to by myself during the day, um, and making sure that I plan my day in terms of what I need to get done, what I want to get done, and give myself grace if I don't get everything done that I want to get done in a day. But I think sometimes like we're so goal oriented trying to figure out like, oh, what should my day look like? And if I don't get this X amount of stuff done, then it doesn't look like I really had a productive day. Do you want to talk a little bit what's about the difference between being busy and between being productive from your standpoint?
Busy is like having a lot of stuff to do during the day. Mentally productive is basically like get after it's where you get the stuff done that is the most productive. Like let's say you gotta go to Walmart, you gotta go to the mall, you gotta go to work, and then if you go to Walmart and work, that's basically being mentally productive because you basically get the core things that you really needed. You don't really need to go to the mall.
Right. So we're going to segue into the next topic, the power of trans. We're going through right now in terms of how do you manage going into a new situation with us transitioning from being at job every day to then now like being at home, and how can we see transition or change not being something that's an obstacle or challenge necessarily, but something that gives us new opportunities to look at something differently or open ourselves up to something differently that we would not otherwise have the time to look at or be receptive to.
Basically, it's like, um, for instance, somebody that's been working in the office and then now they're working at home. The studies say that it takes what, like 3 days to develop a new, 3 weeks to develop a new habit.
Yeah,
So,
between 30 days, yep.
so I'm thinking basically that transition of those 3 weeks, get used to having a new routine, and then basically build good habits off of that. If in the office you were doing one thing, bring over the positive um, habits to working at home, and then you will be just fine. That's how I feel. Because I had to go through that situation. Working in the office and now I'm working from home. Like it's good, but it has its negatives too because like your communication with like your coworkers and your supervisor, it's gonna be through like email and Zoom compared to the face to face.
Right. And some of us being home, we have our wives, we have our girlfriends, we have, in some cases, our children, trying to navigate that work-life balance, realizing like, hey, I'm home, but during these hours, I'm kind of like blocked off.
Mm-hmm.
And like being respectful of those boundaries while also still having a balance between like, okay, I got a little bit of downtime. Let me go check on my partner, see how they're doing, or check on the kids and see how they're doing and how they're managing through these challenging times of being online, whether it's Google Classroom or Zoom or whatever platform they may be using. Since the NBA draft was last night, what was like the standout pick for you, or a couple standout picks for you?
Well, first things first, I got to shout out my peoples from Rochester, New York, the 585, like my boy Cal say. Um, Isaiah Stewart.
Shout out to Jamaica. Book, book.
He went 16th to the Detroit Pistons. He got drafted out of the University of Washington, center, and I actually got to see him play like twice when he was in high school, and the boy was a monster. So I think he's going to do fairly well in the NBA. I mean, obviously the first year, maybe two, probably be like a transition, but I think he'll pan out pretty good. My next one was it was actually James Wiseman, because the reason why I say that is because I'm not sure if anybody's seen it, but they fear that Klay Thompson tore his Achilles. So have given Steph another like option is actually pretty good. Like the dude can shoot. I feel he's going to be a better LaMarcus Aldridge.
Mm. You think the kid has that much potential? Because I've heard some comparisons to him being like a DeAndre Jordan type.
Nah, he can shoot. That's
We're sorry, DJ. You know, you still play for my hometown team, the Brooklyn Nets. But we got to analyze accordingly. We apologize. Want to be respectful of the man. You know,
so
we're saying you're on the defensive side of the ball, but you can work on the free throws.
So who your two?
I've been going back and forth in my head about it. Anytime you have a Martin and your dad being Kenyon, that's speaking volumes within itself. Cole Anthony, the son of Greg Anthony, speaks volumes for itself.
And forget North Carolina, by
the way. Right.
Shout out to Duke.
You know, hey. Tyrese Maxey, I think the kid's gonna be special. And then Obi Toppin.
Yeah.
Now I'm a native at all, so I got just say when you shot the 585. I got to shout my BK in the building.
No, I got this one. This is our last little thing before we go on to the NFL. Is LaMelo gonna be better than Lonzo?
Well, in what facet?
Like overall. That's a toss-up.
That is a toss-up, and I say that because they have their own unique skill set. Yeah. LeVar Ball, when he was on First Take, had, and also admittedly on Undisputed, had mentioned during a commercial break 4 years ago that he felt LaMelo was his youngest, was the best out of his three sons. However, Lonzo is more team-oriented. I feel that LaMelo, he is more so, he can pass, definitely gifted passer, but I feel like he's more so about getting his numbers. I think he brings a different element in terms of his play than Lonzo does. It took a while for Lonzo to get his jump shot right.
Oh, yeah.
34% field goals in terms of three-point shooting this past season, which was, if you see how he shot when he came out of college, that's a vast improvement, and 46% from field goal range. Reports have said that LaMelo has been shooting 25% from three, 20 of 80. So that concerns me. Can he get better? Can Jordan enlist him and probably get him a good shooting coach? Absolutely. But with a shortened season, that's number one that he's up against. Number two, you don't want to baptism by fire too early with those opponents because he's going to have a lot of guards to go against in the East. And then not even mention the West. And then Seth Curry just coming into Philly, that he won't be looking forward to eat him up.
Shout out to Seth and Danny Green, two shooters coming to Philly.
Right.
2-5 in the building. I see y'all out there.
Indeed.
Now,
but we're going to segue over to our picks because we don't want to spend too much time. But
Yeah, we could talk all day about the NBA. We know that.
right.
So last week, it was a. I don't mean to throw it at Calvin like that, but it was another bad week for Calvin.
It was a dismal week. I think I might have had 2 wins if I'm lucky. It wasn't a dismal week. It was a lot of last second drives, a lot of teachers not showing up. I don't know what happened.
So I went 9-5. Calvin went 7-8. No,
I had 7 wins.
yeah, you had basically. I'm only a game out now of the overall record. Come on.
Okay. I need a better week this week. I can't lose the lead that fast. Better week this week.
All right. So today we have, I feel like, the game of the week on a Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle versus Arizona. Now, I'm going with the hometown team. I know I've been riding with them for the longest, but I'm going with Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. No explanation.
I'm going with the Cardinals. Lockett, we don't know if he's going to go. Carson's not able to go. Can't trust Hyde on that hammy right now. Don't know what he's really going to be. Russ has been cooking, but if half is the primary receiver, that's going to be difficult.
All right, so that's the first difference. Think we're probably going to lock it up on this one, Pittsburgh and Jacksonville.
Lock it up.
All right, we're both going with Pittsburgh. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Detroit and Carolina. I'm going with them Lions.
Lock it up.
All right. This next one, I think there's a difference. New England and Houston. Now, if Deshaun and them can actually get in the end zone, start putting up 3 points, looking like the other team from Houston or Texas, we're going to get to that other team in a minute.
Oh, boy.
If they can put up more than 3 points, like they did against Cleveland, they can win this game. I'm going with Houston.
Well, that if is a big if. I feel like New England's starting to slowly but surely turn around. They're coming off a heck of a game against Baltimore, although that was torrential downpour was crazy. I'm going to go with the Patriots.
Next, Philly versus Cleveland. I think we're going to lock it up. I know why I'm going against Philly because I can't stand them. I'm a Cowboys fan. And my boy, we're going to bake it up this week.
Lock.
This might be a difference. I'm going Tennessee versus Baltimore. I'm going with Chocolate City. I think this is going to be a rebound.
Lately, Titans have been on a downswing. I can't see them continuing that trend. They're second in our division right now. Gotta give respect to Mike Vrabel and the crew. So I'm gonna go with the Titans.
Okay. 2 differences this week. Well, New Orleans versus Atlanta. We know without Drew Brees, hopefully the man gets better. But I still think, at least for one game, Jameis Winston can win one game.
I do think that he can sustain the offense. However, I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
Cincinnati versus Washington. I'm going with the Bengals. We about to be smoking Joe. Lock it up.
Cigar, you know how I feel about Mr. Cigar.
The Chargers versus the defeated we gonna lock it up again with the Chargers.
Yep.
Miami versus Denver. I just Tua. That's all you gotta say.
Mm-hmm. A lot.
Now I'm gonna go do a little soliloquy for like 30 seconds on this next game. Dallas versus the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going with drop it a bomb on this upset alert.
Boom.
Going with them Dallas Cowboys this week. I'm gonna give them one more shot. Let's go Dallas.
I respect it. Gonna go with the Vikings. Cooking. That's all I got to say with that one. Our next one.
Indy versus the Packers. I'm sorry. I'm going with the Rodgers neighborhood on this one. I know them your boys over in Indy. Y'all playing good football, but Aaron Rodgers is getting his boys back in health.
I'm picking with my heart and not my head because this was a toss-up for me. Gonna go Indy. Saddle up.
And then what does it always come down to?
It all comes down to Sunday night.
Featuring the world champions, Kansas City Chiefs versus the Las Vegas Raiders. And I think this is going to be a lot, too. Kansas City.
Raiders, they messed up doing that victory lap.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chiefs.
And then, my favorite night, when the lights are always bright, on Monday Night Football, prime time, featuring underrated 63 Los Angeles Rams versus the Tampa Bay All-Stars. Lack of better words. The Buccaneers.
Or the Monstars.
Mm-hmm. I know they got all this drama going on down in Tampa with Antonio Brown, all them with chemistry. I still think Tom Brady's going to take care of this one.
Ditto. I mean, it was a toss-up for me, especially how I saw the Rams play last time. But the Bucs aren't facing the Saints. So, with that being said, I'm going to go Tampa. Or, as Skip likes to say, Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Now, everybody, before we're about to wrap this up, before we go, I just want to say enjoy your football, enjoy your weekend. We're going to try to get our show in before Thanksgiving. Now, if we do not, 3 things. Eat good, enjoy time with your family if you can, and wear your mask. Now, in different states, they're saying only 10 people at your gatherings. Now, be smart about it. Don't be an asshole. Just be smart about it. Like I said, enjoy your time with your family, but just be smart.
Yep. Thanksgiving for me is the 3 F's: food, family, football,
Mm-hmm.
in no particular order. So from our family, NYLifeStyle, rock to BK connection to yours. Happy Thanksgiving. Be safe. And please make sure that you continue to follow the guidelines to make sure that we can come out on this other end of this pandemic on top.
Right, because we almost there. We, if we made it through the summer, we can make it through this winter. Come on.
We're almost through the worst of it, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
All right, from our families to yours, sign out. Peace.